Practices and techniques. These are the core practices from the book, compiled together for your easy reference. 1. The target slide. Create a detailed first-person present tense mental film of your goal already achieved. Walk through it as if you're physically there. Include sensory details, the more the merrier. What do you see, hear, smell, feel in your body? The goal is to make the virtual experience as real as possible. Allocate special time of the day for the slide, 10 to 15 minutes every morning and evening. During the day, return to whatever you think of your goal as background mode. Do not simply think about the goal abstractly, and don't see someone else doing it. This is your goal as if you are experiencing it. Work the slide systematically for weeks and months. Consistency matters more than intensity. If visual imagination is difficult, you could describe the slide out loud or write it. The medium matters less than the active inhabitation of the intended state. Set the state, set the vibration. You don't have to visualize it if you're not visual. Feel it, know it, live it. 2. Thought forms and declarations. Write your intended reality in present tense, first-person language. Be specific, not I want a good job, but I work at type of company. I hold specific position. I am highly valued. My work is in high demand. I love what I do. Everything comes easily to me. Every day is a holiday. Formulate this in your own words for your own goal. Speak or write the declaration regularly. Catch moments of genuine feeling, inspiration, clarity, conviction, and declare in those moments. The declaration with feeling is significantly more powerful than the mechanical repetitions, though some daily repetition is valuable for building and conditioning the habit. Do not specify amounts, deadlines, or exact mechanisms. My project brings me hundreds of thousands in profit and the income is growing steadily is better than I will earn exactly 500,000 by March 15th. The first leaves room for external intention to find the path, also for you to get more. Another manifestation person said, I would like to have hundreds of thousands a year or something better. So when we leave the something better door open, awesome, right? The second, so when we do the other one, we narrow it down, we create a real tight spot for reality to play with. It doesn't enjoy it as much, it's not so fun. The 2 notebooks, this is all the time. A practice from Zeland's earlier book referenced repeatedly here. Keep 2 notebooks. In one, write your declarations, your intended reality as described above. In another, write your observations. Every piece of evidence, however small, that reality is corresponding to your broadcast. A conversation that opened a door, a coincidence that pointed toward your goal, a feeling of momentum. The written word is significantly more powerful than the thought word. Writing anchors intention. The 2 notebook practice works because it creates a feedback loop: declaration, observation, confirmation, renewed declaration, with every cycle reinforcing the reality you are building. The intention generator. A session practice. Sit quietly, hold your goal in mind, and speak your thought forms, your declarations, aloud or silently with full attention and intention. This is not meditation in the traditional sense. It is active broadcasting. The distinction Zeland makes is between passive reception, absorbing what is in the information environment, and active transmission, projecting what you are choosing. The intention generator is the practice of choosing to transmit. See what he's not saying, I don't like that he avoids this. You're always transmitting. Please do it consciously. He may in the full book say this a little more clearly, but know that you're always transmitting. You never turn it off. So when you're worrying, you're still transmitting. When you're depressed, you're still transmitting. And that's what you're trying to bring into your reality when you're doing that. Multiple goals can be worked in one session if they don't conflict. You can run through the thought form, I successfully complete my project, and then take a holiday in Japan, combining goals rather than treating them as competing. The glass of water, referenced several times but described fully in Zeland's earlier book, Apocryphal Transurfing. Hold a glass of water and speak your intention into it with full awareness. Then drink it. Water retains informational imprints. The practice of speaking an intention over water you then consume is a way of physically incorporating the broadcast. Use it in combination with other techniques, particularly when working on relationships. The luminous being walk. For situations involving relationships, social confidence, or attraction. Before entering any social environment, take a moment to imagine yourself as a luminous being from whom an inner light radiates warmth, charm, and genuine love for people. Walk into the space holding the image. Speak the thought form. I am a very charming person. I have an inner light of charm and love. People feel it and feel awesomeness towards me. That they enjoy being with me. I radiate the light of love and joy. I am a luminous being. This works because people genuinely are sensitive to the energetic tone another person is broadcasting, even without conscious awareness. Walking in radiating love and warmth produces a measurably different reception than walking in preoccupied with how you're coming across. Coordination of intention. The daily practice, I look for the positives, I am indifferent to the negatives, and it leaves my life. Whenever you notice a negative thought about yourself, about your goal, about a situation, replace it immediately with a positive counterpart. This is a muscle that you build over time. Not a suppression, it's a replacement. The negative thought gets an upgrade. Zeland is explicit, this must be done until it becomes automatic. The sinusoid pattern, inspiration followed by slide back, is the experience of someone who has not yet made this practice habitual. When it becomes the default operating of your mind, you have caught the wave. Frailing. In relationship, give without claiming a return. This is not martyrdom, it is a specific technique for working with the mirror. When you try to attract a person by pulling, scheming, or needing, you are aimed at the reflection. When you simply give warmth, attention, kindness, your genuine self, you're creating an image. The image is what the mirror reflects. Let the mirror do the work. If the person is yours, the reflection will confirm it without effort. If they aren't, no amount of pulling will change that. And you dodged a bullet. 9, the journey. For anyone stuck on the question, what is my goal? Go somewhere. Travel, physically or informationally. Put yourself in new environments. Seek out new knowledge. Observe what other people do and how they spend their days. Before you leave, set the attitude, I'm looking for my goal. I am not calculating it. I will recognize it when I see it. Then go. The goal cannot be found in stillness. It reveals it in motion. The principle appears in multiple forms throughout the book. Motion generates clarity in ways that thinking never does. In Transurfing Yourself, he repeatedly says, in the time we are in right now, action is done first. You have to be playing in the physical. Furthermore, another recommendation is if you always take the same path to work or break your routine. The more you break a routine, the more reality gets to play with you. Personal ecology, not a mental technique, but a foundational practice. Reduce or eliminate regular yeast, GMO, synthetic additives, eat well. Also, cut out toxic news, social media, people from your life. Everything that is toxic, including your job, you might have to look into doing different types of work. There's a passage on renting yourself that's in Transurfing. Look into that. But honor who you are. Think of yourself as raising your own child with love and start finding what's going to feed that child at every level the best. The aim is not perfection, but a meaningful shift toward the biosphere. Even partial change has compounding effect on energy and clarity over time. It's also insanely empowering. It's saying, I am not going to let the system dictate. I am taking control of my reality. I take ownership. I love myself enough. And I'm going to do what is right by me, not what other people tell me is right. The central argument in brief. The book has one unified claim underneath its many layers. You are a transmitter, not just a receiver. The world around you is a mirror. What you constantly broadcast in thought, image, feeling, and intention is what the mirror reflects back as your reality. Most people are running someone else's film in their projector and wondering why their life sucks. The technogenic system actively works to keep people in passive receiver mode through addictive food that clouds consciousness, through the constant information flood that captures attention, through social synchronization mechanisms that iron out individual distinctiveness. Kleib is the name of the decision to step out of that, to reclaim your body with clean food, your mind with selective information, and your reality with deliberate broadcasting. There's a lot more in this book than the summary. There's a huge amount on how safety is manipulated to give us the illusion that being in the pendulum is going to make us safe. It doesn't make us safe. It puts us in harm and it disempowers us. We're not living authentically. We hate ourselves when we do that over time. This doesn't require confronting the system or dismantling anything. It only requires that you begin systematically and without fanfare, building your biosphere oasis in your kitchen, in your mind, in the quality of your attention. The herd will continue wandering right off that cliff. You could choose to stop wandering with it. And also find your people. Like lately, I'm a very, very specific type. I didn't think there were people like me. And I've been on, oddly enough, social media. But there are people, and I can tell by what they're posting, having similar experiences of consciousness. It's amazing because I am lightly on the spectrum, autistic plus ADHD. Literally right now, all of social media is blowing up how whatever, yeah, there I go, is considered the new superpower because the way we're wired is difficult in a functioning society, but in a broken one, we see the herd much more clearly because the herd never took us in. So this is a real way to get out of the herd, to look around, to find your unique path and start following it. Find your good people. Find your support. And you do that successfully and independent of the general flow. And as you do it, the world will back you up. It will put the right people in your path. It'll put the right coaches in your path. I have some programs that are helpful on this. I'm not the only one. But I'm going to continue posting Vadim's Russian-only books as fast as I can. I believe I'll start with summaries of the rest of them like this. So that way, at least the content and the exposure is there. If anyone has one that they're like, you have to read this, let me know and I'll try to do my best. I hope you enjoyed this. My information is below. You can take a look at some of my programs if you want to dive deeper. If this helped you in any way, please like, share, comment. Let me know what else you would like to have. And if there's any questions you have, my information is right there. Stay good.